Welcome back to the Gavel. We're still looking at the proposed purchase of vehicles for senators, as well as issues of transparency and openness in the National Assembly. We had a chat with a member of the House of Representatives, Mr. Mohammed Wudil, to further examine these issues.
If you look at National Assembly, you call it National Assembly, there is Senate, there is House of Reps, there is management, so many things are attached to that. And I'm sure, I think the beginning of this ninth assembly, I think the details are there. This is what is going to be allocated to House of Reps. This is the Senate. This is the management. This is, people thought that if you allocate money to National Assembly, you divide it by 360 members or by 109 and see that each and every person is going to. No. You see, there are maintenance, there are capital, there are legislative aids, there are management staff, that's civil assemblies, legislative service commission. They are all within that amount. You can't be a person to appropriate and suffer, because if you look at the National Assembly, this is the engine room of the entire democracy.
For the aids of 469 lawmakers in the 2019 budget, at least 10 billion naira is allocated to them. Although that's one part of it. The other part is whether or not that money actually goes to these aids. Isn't that a lot of money at a time like this when the country is trying to cut down on spending? All I know is in public view that each and every House of Rep member is having 5 aids. And so maybe if you and the speaker, cannot have 5 aids only. Deputy speaker, leaders cannot, even Senate president. So there are aids that are allocated and are paid through that legislative aid fund allocation. So if you say 10 billion, now first of all sit down, first of all to calculate, like you say, find out, because I cannot answer you how many legislative aid we have now. But you as a journalist, do investigative journalism, find out how many legislative aids are there, and then what are the allocations to them. But going to them, I'm sure, if you have legislative aid, it's not the member or the senator is paying him. It's paid by the management of the National Assembly. So I doubt much if and only if a member or a senator will go away with its salary or allowances. Okay, let's go to the cars now. 5.5 billion naira budgeted for lawmakers in the 9th Assembly. Isn't that outrageous? Isn't that a lot of money to spend on cars at a time when we're battling with getting aids from foreign donors to tackle the issues in the Northeast and generally? Now the policy or whatever the government, each government say you cannot buy second-hand or old vehicle. No way. You have to buy new vehicle. Now, this vehicle, for example, you are buying any new vehicle that can sustain you for 4 years, because you are going to get a vehicle for 4 years. Yes. And now you have to get a durable vehicle, a vehicle that can move you to your constituency. Some are in very far constituency, and some over 1,000 kilometers, you get a better car. If you go to the market, you do survey, how much is a brand new car that befits National Assembly? At least if to say you are buying. So that's why if you see in the last assembly, there's no way we can buy Prado. So we ended up in getting Pujo. And even now, you see, if you look at the amount of money, Prado now, a brand new Prado, if you go to the market, not contract value, is going to cost you almost 50 million. And you add the contract price, that is VAT, tax, and is the profit of the contractor. So you see that if you are buying Prado will be more than contractually, maybe more than 60 million. So you have to go down and take. So if it is a vehicle, you see, you are getting only one vehicle. Now you are oversighting a minister. Go and see his entourage or his convoy. How many jeep you have seen?
that myself, I drove myself, it was my Camry, and I don't have convoy. Just that one vehicle given to me is the only one that I am having, and it cannot. I'm sure this 5.5 cannot buy me Prado Jeep. So maybe people they are just looking at the money. They are not looking at the number of the members of the National Assembly. They are not looking at the prices of the current price of vehicles.
Okay, you were in the 6th Assembly, the 7th Assembly, the 8th Assembly, and now the 9th Assembly. That means you got cars in the 6th, 7th, and 8th Assembly, and will likely get another car in the 9th Assembly. Is the car you're using now no longer usable?
You see, even in life or in engineering, even a house, even a car has a life. That's why they say it's serviceable. There's a brand new that's serviceable. Any car or any machine that's stayed for 4 years, you know, it must have to go down to certain level of serviceable. It's not that I cannot tell you my last vehicle I'm still using it. But if you take myself, that okay, I came from assembly, what of those that came without vehicle, then what are you going to buy for them and leave me because I came from the other assembly? So it's just like furniture. Most of since I came, furnitures I used to be left, but you know, sometimes the computer, if you take computer, you have your document inside and everything, you cannot leave it to somebody to use it now. So that computer, the way and manner the management or the said, each and every member, let them, they are going to buy new one to members. But still this one, I'm not supporting selling the entire furnitures. But vehicle, somebody cannot use vehicle for 4 years and say you are bringing in new member and give him that vehicle. Some, you know, depends on the maintenance of that person. Maybe I have a good maintenance culture. That is why I'm still using my own. There may be somebody who maybe 2 years the vehicle is gone.
How about the National Assembly sells those old cars and then gives you a new one instead of just adding cars to your fleet?
You know, the process of auctioning government property is not to just wake up and collect all the vehicles. It may take you 6 months, 1 year, trying to, because the process to auction a vehicle, you must bring in estes, you must bring in valuer, you must apply, you know, you must go to certain committees to. So, are you going to wait? Are you going to start that process before the life of that National Assembly to wait to collect all the vehicles, maybe 1 year to the time of the expiry of that life of the Assembly, and you wait again to give the new ones?
We reached out to the Senate spokesman, Senator Adedayo Adeyeye, to react to the lawsuit filed by various civil society organizations asking the Federal High Court to stop the National Assembly Service Commission from releasing the sum of 5.5 billion naira budgeted for the purchase of luxury cars for senators. He's not available at this time for an interview. However, he sent us a statement explaining his view on the matter. His statement reads, "Candidly, the legal action by our friends is based on their perception of the proposed expenditure in respect of operational vehicles for senators. This proposed expenditure was duly captured under the 2019 Appropriation Act, but as of this moment, no action has been taken on the matter. Therefore, any claim as to the amount to be spent eventually, the terms of use and ownership, would be speculative at this stage. We must acknowledge the fact that this matter is sub judice. As such, we cannot delve into analysis that could prejudice the mind of the Honorable Court. For the purpose of enlightenment, however, we can look into the idea of operational vehicles generally in public office. Take, for instance, the executive arm. Various cadres of government functionaries in schools, ministries, agencies, parastatals, armed forces have vehicles to perform legitimate government business. The question, therefore, is, why should it be different for legislators? Why should the NASS members be denied a vital component of the machinery for serving public good? In the light of the foregoing, we can see that litigation in respect of what has been passed into law is an academic exercise. But for what it is worth, we recognize that it can stimulate a healthy debate on who gets what, where, when and how. The proper forum for such a debate, in my view, would be subsequent budget defense mechanism of the National Assembly. This is from the Senate spokesman, Senator Adedayo Adeye. And this is where we draw the curtains for this week's edition of The Gavel. If you have any views on any of the issues discussed, please email us on thegavel@channelstv.com. Thank you for staying with us and see you again next week.